offer a special prayer of thanks for the people that are gathered here today, the women and the men, who are the ones responsible as educators to provide the best education possible to the children that come to our many schools.
So we've been talking in LRSD for some time about this vision that for all kids in LRSD, K through 12, each and every one of them, each and every year, would learn about the treaties.
Well, today was a celebration of a lot of work that's been happening for the last year and even before that in treaty education and the development of a tool that helps to connect us together as a division.
It was a wealth of teachers that worked together to really refine and take a look at the treaty education that was put up by the province and think about, well, what best meets our students' needs and how can we make sure that these lessons are really user-friendly and going to be used in the classrooms.
We had teachers develop and participate in creating lesson plans, gathering resources, researching what's available, what's out there. So from videos to books to maps and timelines, all kinds of things. And you know, it's best when you have collaboration because I could never have thought of all of those things on my own.
As we know, many of us who have been raised in Canada and are older, the history that we have learned has been one-sided. So now what this is about is showing the true story of Canada, not just one side, there are many sides to every story. And this is giving voice to the other side of that story and how Canada came to be.
I would describe it as a wealth of resources for teachers that's organized in a really user-friendly way for them to find anything and everything to engage their students in treaty education.
These teachers have access at their fingertips to this web portal of information, not just treaty education specifically, but Indigenous education. So representing all groups of Indigenous people across Canada, Inuit, Métis, First Nations, and working collaboratively together with non-First Nations people too, so that we can build relationships, because that's what treaty is about. I just remember getting goosebumps when Loretta Ross was saying that she thinks that this could be the start of something much, much bigger. And that's what it takes sometimes, is just a start, just a seed to be planted, and it could grow into so much more. I think it could be the start of something really big and really amazing for all divisions all over the province and the country.
I think it's going to go a long way to helping us to understand about the treaties. And at some point, you know, when you have the students and the teachers themselves have these types of things accessible and available to them, it's just going to be a natural progression that we're going to understand the treaties, and the treaties are going to become such a natural part of our history that we're not going to say, what is that all about? That, you know, what are these documents that were signed in 1871, that we're going to understand it and we're going to embrace it as part of our history.
I hope it inspires students to see themselves in the work that teachers do every day. Many of our students are Indigenous, and it hopefully will inspire them to see themselves and believe that they can be anything that they want to be.
Well, I think for all teachers, I hope that they can see that this is approachable, that this is doable. And we always say in Indigenous education and in treaty education that where you are is the perfect place, and let's work from there.
I think that it's a great reflection. I'm proud that the Treaty Relations Commission had a hand in terms of bringing treaty education to Louis Riel School Division, and Louis Riel School Division taking it upon themselves to say, yeah, we want to learn about this. We think that the treaties are valuable, and we want to be able to pass that on to the students. So I think it's a great partnership, it's a great relationship, and I hope that that's something that can be fostered in the future.
I'm super excited that we're celebrating this day. Again, a step. Many steps have come before and many steps to come.
I think we just need to really appreciate the Treaty Education Department in Louis Riel School Division and the amount of hard work that they've done to get this up and running, and applaud them for their efforts and their risk-taking.
When there is something right to be done and you're working for the people who are going to push for that right to be done, it makes life really easy to do the hard stuff.